Chapter 26, Episode 3. Suzanna was sleeping after a long day of walking the streets of Montreal with Zara and their two new friends. Zara hadn't had a fresh kill in 6 days. 6 days was too long, but they had been camping along the highway and there had not been any opportunities. She could find someone to help, but she wanted to wait until the big city. Montreal was the opposite of sparse. Opportunities were abounding. She had places, acquaintances she could go to, but it wasn't the kind of satisfaction she wanted. She was looking for the lure into a dark, underground-unobserved hellhole and the surprise twist ending. Her smartdevice application identified a club not far from their hotel is still active. The internet had helped to network the traditional locations for hunting. It was seldom used. Hunting was an old custom that had given way to home dining. Zara thought about that while she sipped at some water. Zara wondered if home dining might lead to a more humane way of farming humans. Maybe. And she was having an epiphany. We could grow the organs that best quenched our needs, and some muscle tissue. That was already a science. There would have to be a practical way to do that fast enough. A large enough production. Like Zara knew from economics, once a thing gets going, it pays off. Not at the beginning, like your father said, for years about solar and wind, every detail will get better. Oil is not an investment. It's a money hole. That had happened. Even poverty was slowly fading as people got involved in sustainable everything. It had been discovered that thriving green areas were not only good at fighting climate change, it fed people who had relied on help or hunger to get them through dry seasons. That for Zara seemed bloody obvious, but she knew obvious was not so easy before someone pointed it out. 20 years ago you would have been thought mad if you said solar and wind energy or anything other than tree hugger ideas. JP was true to his stereotype. He was the kind of guy that didn't understand why any woman wouldn't want to fuck him. He was physically attractive. There was no doubt. He said so. But he was a twat. He was telling Sarah a story about his great successes with women and why women always wanted to marry him. He wasn't into that. Freedom. It's all about freedom. And beer. Sarah knew that he would take offense if she just ignored him. She would have to be a real cunt not to talk to someone at a bar. We're just talking. That's the trouble with this bloody sexual women stuff. You talk to a slut at the bar and some cops are all over your ass. When JP was at the peak of his fury, Sarah finished her water and placed the bottle on the bar. I've met many assholes in my life. You are in the top 3. He was surprised to hear her voice. She made certain no one but JP heard her. She was out the door before anyone looked over to see JP burst his bubble. Fucking bitch! He stayed calm for another minute and finished his beer. He also left without much fuss. Zara had been lingering down the street until she saw the door open. He was obviously raging. Zara pretended to be shocked and hurried down toward the river.